You know what's really interesting? The fact that this weekend I got to see two movies that were both comedy sequels, both having to do with Christmas, both having to do with the elders coming in for the holidays. So I just couldn't help but think, let's see which one gets more laughs. Let's take a look, shall we? What are my thoughts on A Bad Mom's Christmas? So A Bad Mom's Christmas is the sequel to Bad Moms. That movie came out, I believe, 2 years ago. In the first one, it was just about three women who were mothers and just had so much on their shoulders to where they just had to let loose. But they may have let out a little too loose and shit just got out of hand. And apparently that movie was successful enough to make a sequel. Very, very, very interesting to me. Now, I mean, I like the plot of the first one, especially with some of the mothers kind of being relatable. But really? Bad Moms 2? Christmas? Okay. At least it was filmed here in Atlanta, so gotta give props. You're filming in my hometown. I always love that. So in A Bad Mom's Christmas, it's about the mothers coming down and enjoying Christmas with them. But of course, the mothers aren't the best thing to deal with, I guess, during the holiday time. And so, okay, look, I hate forced comedy, guys. I hate it. This is another film to where it believes, since it's a comedy, every scene has to have some sort of humor in it, even if it doesn't work, except the serious scenes, which is, of course, the end of the second act and beginning of third. It's funny to me because that's how every movie plays out. But in this movie, I'm like, there's so many characters. I just want to know, when they're all separated, how do they all crumble at the same time? And of course, the way they did it was so coincidental. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to just go into the comedy aspect. Listen, it's not funny to me. It really wasn't. There may have been 2 or 3 times in the film to where I chuckled. Maybe one time to where I did have a good laugh. But I can't really remember those moments, because overall, there's so many moments to where it's just, the dialogue doesn't work, the actions doesn't work. There's a scene to where one of the mothers just sniffs her daughter's hair. Why? It doesn't explain why. She just wants to get really close to the point to where she sniffs her hair, and they say, okay, yeah, that's awkward. You're right, it is awkward. But I'm not laughing. I know it's supposed to be funny, but it just doesn't work. And I'm just tired of seeing these type of movies. It's just like, how do these movies keep how did this get a sequel? They did this stuff in the first one, but in the first one, it sort of worked, I guess. Because they have Bad Moms 2. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the writing, or maybe it's when it comes to Caucasian films. I don't want to sound racist, guys, but I think of Girls Trip, and I'm thinking, how did it work in Girls Trip? How did the females in that film seem more realistic than the comedies I'm seeing lately with females coming together, which all happen to be with Caucasian females? There's Bad Moms, there's Bad Moms 2, there's Rough Night, there's a few more that I can't think of because they weren't worth remembering. I say that to say, back to Bad Moms Christmas, there was a lot of scenes like that. The mothers in this film, so stereotypical, so annoying. I guess that's how we were supposed to feel as the audience, because the regular mothers in this film didn't want their mothers to come home because they knew that they would have to deal with them. But again, you already could tell what kind of characters these were. There was a mother that, was slut and drunk. Like, oh, hey, daughter, what's up? Of course you can guess what mother that one belonged to if you've seen the first one. Then you have this mother, which I'm not going to lie, I was kind of excited to see her because it's Cheryl from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love that show. But of course, that was the one that was just like, oh my gosh, I got to be so close to my daughter. I get why, because they say it in the movie, but you don't have to be that attached to her. It's unrealistic. I'm getting more annoyed because of that. And of course, the bitch. Fuck this bitch. I'm sorry, I'm not the type to call women bitches. I really am not. But this woman is just like, that type of mother to where she just comes into the picture and wants to be so stubborn and controlling. Well, yeah, that was her, but she pushed it to a line to where it's like, you know what? I need to talk to you for a second. I'm not going to be the one to do this. I'm going to get somebody else to do it, but I need you to know that I sent this person because I had to deal with you, and I'm not going to be the one to handle this. I try to talk to you, but apparently you're not getting through to me, so that's why I had to get this woman involved. I'm just saying, maybe they could have done something like that in the movie. There was even a scene to where they said, you should fight your mother, because, yeah, she's kind of a bitch. I was looking forward to that scene. Sorry to spoil it, but it's not in here. They go a different way. The good old Christian way, whatever, the holy way. Anyway, I guess the chemistry is still somewhat there. It makes sense, even though I don't buy into these characters. But for what made the first one successful, I guess they just did it in this one. Because in all honesty, Bad Moms 2 is really the same thing as the first one, except it's just Christmas and the elders come down for the holiday. Same thing. Kind of like Hangover Part 2. Hey, we're in Thailand. So it's different, right? No, not really. Is there anything I did enjoy about Bad Moms 2? Well, a friend of mine that lives in Atlanta, his name is Patrick Walker. He was in the film. That was one reason I really wanted to see it, to support the man. Did a pretty good job for his role, so give him props. I can't wait to see him in more films. There was one scene, I will give it this. There was a scene to where Mila Kunis' father was explaining to her why her mother is the way she was. Again, it's one of the serious scenes, so of course there was no humor to be involved. But the way he explained it was actually natural. It felt like he genuinely loved his wife, and he can explain why she is the way she was. I guess it's just props to the actor for that. I forgot his name, but you did a great job with your monologue of explaining why you love your wife. And because of that, I guess the scenes that followed it were a bit more touchy. Well, I wouldn't say a bit more touchy. They were just a bit touchy because the forced comedy part does come into place. So, sucks, but it is what it is. Overall, though, again, I didn't like Bad Moms 2. I rather watch the first one, and the first one didn't even impress me that much. But I wouldn't really recommend it. Unless you're going to support my friend, that's kind of cool. You can do it for that. So guys, those are my thoughts on Bad Moms Christmas. I want to know what you guys thought about it. Did you like it? Did you think it was better? Did you think it was worse than the first? Did you even see the first or the second one? I just want to know what you think of Bad Moms Christmas. Whatever it may be, please let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching this video. And if you want, you can click right here to see more of my thoughts on the matter.